Hey guys, Sam here. I pretty much finished the adding a piece to this fender here. What I did is I cut a piece of metal and shaped it along here and here just to add a little bit of, I guess, what was it, 18 gauge metal, because it was a little bit short on the 3/16 gap. So I've got this part done. I've got it welded all here, pretty much cleaned up. So I'm going to put some fiberglass filler along in here just to cover some of that, and then get this body line a little bit more shaped. Don't want to use a lot of filler here, but I'm going to use some, but just to kind of shape it up a little bit. So I'm getting a pretty good gap along here, consistent 3/16 all the way down. It gets a little tighter down at the bottom, but I think I can live with that. So I'll hang this fender back on the car, then I'll go ahead and continue to finish this up. And I shaped it down, I think the metal come down to about right in here. And then I had to grind the metal down to basically nothing from about, I guess, from right here till about right here. Just kind of work the grinder down a little bit because I didn't need any metal here. So I just took the grinding wheel and just grinded it down till I got down to the original metal here. And then this is metal where it comes up. So I think I've got that part pretty much done. Probably what I'll do is I'll end up drilling some holes here, so I can get it lined up when I take everything apart again. I'm gonna figure out a way to fix this part and then get a little bit of a wider gap in here. Let's see, where am I at? Up here's good. Down here it gets a little tight. And right in here is a little tight. So I think I can get a little bit bigger gap here, and then I'm going to work this here to go in. I don't know how just yet, but I'm going to do something there. Alright, I'll bring you back as I get things done. Hey guys, Sam here. I've got these can't even talk. I've got this door and the fender where I want it, more 3/16 gap here. So now, I mean, I know you're supposed to work your way from this quarter panel to this gap and then that gap, but I had already, figured out what I needed to do here more or less. So this is where this door was already lined up to this quarter panel, and then I worked with the fender to get it close to the door. I think that's how pretty much you do it. Anyways, I don't have quite 3/16 inch of a gap here. I'll grab my shims here. It looks pretty good here on top. That's probably a tight 3/16. It quite doesn't go in there. It goes in there just a little bit here. This door is a little higher than the quarter panel. I don't have the hoist. I was using the hoist to help me lift it up, but it's loose. So I'm hoping with the weight of the glass will come down, because if I push on it just a little bit, it looks like it'll give. So hopefully with the weight of the glass, this will come down and match up with this top corner here. The gap is really tight as you come down here. It's not 3/16. I'm going to split this panel here. We're going to move this metal back, split it here somewhere, move it back. Anyways, I've got to do some work here like I talked about. This door that's not lining up, it's pretty much lined up here. The quarter panel is sticking too far out a little bit, so we got to shave some of that off, move that back to line up, because everything else here is pretty much lining up except when you get to that spot right there. Down here looks good. So that's what I'm gonna do, try and attempt to do, is maybe work the door just a little bit more forward and see what I wind up with there. I don't think I can, because once I push it all the way forward, and then once I lift up on it, I get the same position. I've been through it before, but I'm gonna try it again. Alright, that's why I ended up, I guess, having to add some to this fender here, some metal to close that gap, because I had it pushed all the way forward and I wasn't getting still the gap I needed here. Anyways, this gap thing's about to kill me. I guess I'm being too picky, but I want to stay with a consistent gap, and that's not consistent the way. If it was a little bit, if it was consistent all the way down this, I would probably stay with it, but it's not. Alright guys, I'll bring you back as I get this side working and see what I need to do here on this side. Alright, thanks for watching.